Arnautovic is not in the squad that's travelling to Bournemouth. Apparently the coach has just left ahead of tomorrow's game. That's a very, very long route to get to Bournemouth. Should only take a couple of hours. But anyway, he's not on the coach. And I mean, it's crazy. The phone's been buzzing. Gio just called to say that was the case. I flicked onto Claret and Hugh. Claret and Hugh are reporting that Manuel Pellegrini has dropped Arnautovic. And I think his brother Daniel, the perennial stirrer of the pot, is now saying that the deal to China is still on. So what's going on? I mean, we must be getting tired. I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting sick of talking about it. I mean, it's changing so quickly. It's providing me with a video every day. You lot are going to get bored of hearing my voice. I'm sure you are already. But where does this leave West Ham? Well, certainly it shows that Manuel Pellegrini has stamped his authority on things. My understanding is that Arnautovic has not trained well at all week. He's had his head down. And I think in terms of preparation for the game, Pellegrini's decided that he can well do without him. This is no surprise to me either, because anybody that saw our preview on the main Hammers Chat channel last night, Gio pressed me on whether I thought Arnautovic would play, and I said I didn't think he would. And I just don't know how you can set your heart on a transfer, wave goodbye to the fans, which is what he did, and then suddenly be pulled back in, and then sort of commit yourself with the same attitude and dedication. And as I said yesterday, Marko Arnautovic is a fantastic player when his mind is on the job, but it's not on the job. But what's going on is something a little bit more sinister going on. I do believe the Chinese club don't want to up their bid. So are we seeing a Payet situation occurring? His brother Daniel, I leaked the news to TalkSport, as far as I understand. I've not looked at that as yet, but I do believe that he's trying to force the issue. And if Arnie's not been training well, are they just trying to do a Payet? When, if you remember, we wanted to hold out for more money from Marseille, but he was so desperate to go. He didn't train very well. I didn't think he even turned up for training. Well, maybe this is not quite turning up for training, but by putting in half measures, not quite the full effort, and then by his brother going and leaking stuff to the press again, are they really trying to push this transfer through? Who knows? I mean, I don't think this is pivotal. I think we can still win tomorrow. I think the team's really good. I think the atmosphere around the club's good. And I think whether he plays Hernandez there or whether he decides to play Antonio up front, it's not going to matter. We will still pose a massive threat to Bournemouth. Nobody is bigger than the club. But I say what I say yesterday. Last season, that might not have been the case. We might have been absolutely doomed without Marko Arnautovic. It's not the case anymore. We can manage without him. Let me know what you think. Are you tired of it? I mean, have you just had enough of everything that's going on? Because this seems to be changing daily. They either want out or they want a pay rise. But as things stand, Marko Arnautovic staying at the club under his present contract, I don't think is going to keep them happy. I think if he stays, and I'd like him to stay. As I said yesterday, I think Marko Arnautovic is better than and as good as, and proven to be good at West Ham, than any of the other players we've been linked with. We might have to get to the other end of the transfer window, though, for this to go away. Because while he still thinks there's a possibility of getting a transfer, and while his brother still thinks there's a possibility of getting a transfer, and there is, while the transfer window remains open, of course, then perhaps we're not going to see him in the team until February.